Hey guys, it's Adam here, your Northern Tech, doing a quick little video to show you what kind of a piece of shit the Protovapor XPV is. And I recommend nobody buy this electronic cigarette. One of the problems it has is it's really difficult to swap out the battery, especially if you're no good at soldering. So let's get that intro going and I'll show you what the hell I'm up against. I am freaking angry. Okay, so first you got to take apart the Protovapor. So you just take out, there's 4 screws at the top, but I swear to God, they bought the cheapest screws possible, because if you're not careful and you don't have the right Phillips head screwdriver, get ready, you're gonna wreck the head on the screw and have to do like I did. You see those marks? Yep, had to bring it out to the garage, take my hacksaw and cut slits into it so I could use a flathead screwdriver to take these friggin' cheap metal screws out that are garbage, complete garbage. Once you take it apart and you get it open, you see this lead here? This leads the battery lead, connects up to this here. I've already gone ahead and soldered a new battery to it. I'm just using a 20 amp friggin' 18650. This will be good down to 3 ohms, or 0.3 ohms, sorry, but I never go that low on my devices. I'm always positive ohm vapor. Got to clean up the solder leads on the top there. It's a real bitch to solder to a lithium ion battery, because you got to watch the temperature of this battery at all times, because if it gets too hot, you can kiss your face goodbye. This thing will probably erupt. So I've already plugged it into the device with the new battery. It does work. It's going to finish the soldering job, and I'll show you how to reinstall everything and swear at it for a while. Another thing I highly recommend is if you have a friend who's brave enough, have them hold the battery. Unless you have like a vise or a clamp or something that you can put the battery in and hold it, because let me tell you, it's not easy putting these terminals on. XPV there, Mr. Protovapor, you guys really screwed the pooch on this dart. And I'm literally telling everybody on the market right now, do not buy this until they fix the problem with the way the battery hooks up to make the battery interchangeable. Protovapor sells for about 200 bucks in the Americas. When it comes to Canada's, it's about 300, because we got that dicked over friggin' dollar bill shit. It's not worth it when you can go out and buy a Hannah clone for like 60 bucks. You know, I'm glad that there's clone making companies out there. You want to know why? Because it put people who made this device in their freaking place, because people are going to buy what's cheap. They're not going to spend $200 on a device, they're going to spend $50 on a device. And that's the way it should be. We're vaping, we're trying to quit smoking, not go broke, people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm going to drive this battery into it. We're going to see if it'll actually hold a charge and work. Like honestly, they could have made this easier by putting an 18650 battery slot in there and just have this thing held shut with something simple, like a battery door that opens. Such a horrible design. It's just flawed everywhere. So now I got to try and fit this battery in there, so I'm going to give that a shot. But I can show you right now, the screen is on, so it is working. It's just a piece of shit. And there we go, it's all back together. Now whether or not it's going to charge on that port, that's a different story. I was having problems with that beforehand because, like I said, this device is a piece of shit. And I really do recommend nobody buy this. Bottom line, when buying a DNA 2030 or any sort of E-Dart that requires a lot of voltage and you require a special kind of battery, make sure the battery is easily replaceable. Because keep in mind, if you're sub-ohming, you're putting that battery under some serious stress, and she won't like it for very long. Let's put an atomizer on this thing and see if it chooches. So a lot of people are probably wondering, does it work now? Works pretty good. I'm waiting to put a dent in the battery. I'm going to plug it in and see if it'll actually accept a charge, but so far it's not too bad. Not too bad. But like I said about this thing here, if you're looking for a variable voltage mod, make sure to purchase one that has a replaceable battery. That is simple to replace. That doesn't require special tools like a soldering iron. You know, it doesn't have 8 screws to remove. That will strip because they're made out of cheap metal. Like literally, look at the head on this one here. Look at that. Look at how badly it got chewed up. Sorry for the poop under my nails, but I've been fighting with this mod and I got a bunch of dirt and debris under there. Because the Sony battery that was in it, the brand new Sony VTC4 that I only used for a month before this thing shit the bed, that decided not to have a charge anymore, and it had a bunch of residue on it, so I had to clean the inside of this thing out because that battery bled. Lovely. If you're wondering why on the tech channel, on this channel I should say, I'm not reviewing the new products I got, the E-Leaf, and well, this is the Nautilus tank. I don't really need to do a review on that. Thousands of people have already, but I want to do a review on the E-Leaf because there's some things I want to cover. It's because I want to give it a good month of using it to see it break down. So far, the iStick has been non-stop awesome. The IPv2, still rocking it today. This thing is the most expensive mod I purchased at 175 USD, United States dollars, and it's the one that broke down first because the battery was shit and the 510 connector was shit. And this is the third time I had to take it apart and do soldering and whatnot. Like, these companies are not taking pride in their work, and in the end, we are the ones that suffer because we fork out the big bucks for the product, and what we get is just a piece of crap. Better off to buy a clone, they're more reliable. And you know, $200 for this 30 watts, $100 for the IPv2, and that does 50 watt. And you can replace the battery by removing 2 simple screws, and it has a charging port, so you don't need to replace the battery unless the battery's fried. Protovapor XPV, no. I definitely give this a big time thumbs down, followed by the biggest boosh you ever heard. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. You shouldn't have a mod built like this. But anyway, people, the battery is replaceable. It's a pain in the arse. If you're not comfortable soldering to a lithium ion battery, go talk to an electronics specialist, find one in your town, go talk around at computer stores, see if anybody knows somebody, and pay them to do the job. That's all it takes to replace the battery, is just soldering that lead, removing the lead from the previous battery, and putting it back onto this one here. Pain in the arse to do if you're not used to soldering, and if you suck at soldering, I do not recommend soldering to a lithium ion battery, because you could screw up, overheat the battery, and blow it up, and get yourself hurt. But anyway, people, thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you enjoyed the quick and not really detailed how to put a new battery into the XPV Protovapor. If this does not charge, my plan is to buy a HANA box from Fast Tech, just the box without the chip, and installing the DNA 30 into the HANA and the charging port, and then just scrapping this entire assembly because that was a big mistake. Between this and the Nintendo controller, I've lost my faith in authentic electronic cigarette dealers. Clones for life. But anyway, people, thanks for watching my video. Like it if this helped you out in any way. Share it with your friends. And until next time, guys, peace the frig out.